Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace. If you're new here, welcome. Today I am going to be going over my monthly budget for August. I've already set my monthly spread, not on camera of course because then it takes too long. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my budget. So I typically make a list of all of my bills. I give you guys my totals and then how much I'm planning on doing for both my sinking funds and cash envelopes. So that will also be included on here. My income stays pretty consistent. It typically is just $2,400. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that down. And then my husband gets paid weekly. So depending on how many weeks we have for the month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just say 5. So the least amount for my husband is $800. So $4,000 is the least amount that he expects. Now that brings our total income to around $6,400. It doesn't always stay at $6,400. Sometimes it can be a little bit less. Sometimes it's a little bit more. I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit so that you guys can take a better look at what I'm gonna be writing down. Also, I go over the paychecks that I'm going to be using to pay what bills. So I typically color code that. I really like this Sharpie S gel pen. It is amazing. Okay, so rent is gonna be the first thing, as that's always due on the 1st, and that's $1,450. My husband does pay rent with the previous month's paychecks. So rent is always due on the 1st, and I do have Apple, so that's $2.99. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I did take my savings and I went ahead and paid off my credit card. However, they went ahead and also still charged me interest. And I paid it all off, you guys. I didn't leave a cent. I ended up paying around $3,000, what was it? $3,100 something. Around there. Well, they are charging me $60 with 67 cents of interest. I'm kind of frustrated about it, but I will go ahead and just pay it off, and I'm gonna do it before the month of August even starts, so that they don't even try to say, oh, we're gonna go ahead and charge you interest from the interest. Anyways, that's my little rant. And then I also have to pay my student loan, which is in forbearance, but I still choose to pay just so that I can get it a little bit down while I can. And then electricity. With electricity, honestly, ever since we moved to this new place, my electricity bill has been completely high. And I'm thinking it's just because it's a bigger place. I mean, it really is a bigger place compared to the apartment that we used to live in. But I mean, in my apartment, I used to pay like $30, $40. I think the most that I ended up paying one time was, I don't know why I put the period there, was like $75 or maybe $78. So that is just crazy how much electricity can be, to be honest. But anyways, that's my bill right there, $138.48. I also have to pay natural gas. And that is usually around $53, so I'm just gonna go ahead and budget $53 for that. And most of these bills, you guys, I already know how much I have to pay, but sometimes I don't, depending if they send the bill or not, and sometimes they don't send it. And most of my bills are paperless, so they're all electronic. And then this time around, I do have to pay water. I already got the bill, so I'm gonna include trash with this too, because it is together. and $166 with 72 cents. It's what I have to pay. I thought it was gonna be more, to be honest, but I'm glad that it's not. And then my internet, that's always around or at $55. Then I also have life insurance, and that's $13.48. Then I have my car insurance, and that's $190 is what we're gonna budget for, because it's typically around $189 something. Netflix, and Netflix is $13.97. And then there's also my car loan, which is $293.61, and then there's my husband's car loan, which is $380. Amazon, I'm gonna get rid of this subscription. I really don't need it. I ended up getting this subscription just to go ahead and buy some things, and then I'm like, I think I should cancel it because I really don't buy from Amazon that often. I'm gonna do my math because, and I'm just gonna make sure that I don't mess up like usual. 1,450 plus 299 plus 67 for interest plus 175 for the student loan, 138.48 plus 53 plus 99 plus 166.72 plus 55 for internet, 13.48 for life insurance, 190 for car insurance, 13.97 for Netflix, 293.61 plus 380 plus 13.97. Okay, so $3,105 is the total. I'm gonna go ahead and plan how much I'm gonna do for both the cash envelopes and sinking funds. So I'll go ahead and do 300 for sinking funds, and I'm gonna go ahead and say 740 for my cash envelopes, because groceries is the one that takes up the most money out of my cash envelopes, to be quite honest. But yeah, that's how it's looking, you guys, for all of this. And then I'm just gonna go over my paychecks now. So this first paycheck here is actually my July paycheck still. So the July 24th paycheck is going to take care of the first few bills for the beginning of the month. So this would have been July 24th. And then paycheck number 2 is the August 7th paycheck. And that's what takes care of the rest of the bills. So I typically do have to use this last paycheck to take care of the beginning of the month. I'm gonna go ahead and do this color for the first paycheck. And this is gonna take care of this, 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 and my car loan. And then paycheck number 2 is going to take care of all of the rest of the bills. I'm going to put paycheck number 3. So paycheck number 3 is all of my husband's paychecks. And so he will typically take care of those, the rent, which is the most expensive, and his car loan. Okay, so that comes to our total, you guys. This is what I plan on doing for both my cash envelopes and my sinking funds for the month of August. We'll see if that ends up working or not. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the goals that I have for this month, and then also I'm going to be writing down the bills here too. So I thought I would take this moment to share with you guys one of the questions that I've gotten in the past about how I come up with my numbers for both my sinking funds and my cash envelopes. To be honest, this was truly a hard thing to do when I first started budgeting because I had very inconsistent income. But once I got the hang of it after doing my expenses and seeing how much I was spending compared to my income, I got the hang of how much I was supposed to be doing for both my cash envelopes and my sinking funds. Now, I do like leaving a cushion in my bank account just to be sure that if any bill goes over, that I have a little bit of money to cover that. But when I do budget for my cash envelopes and my sinking funds, it's just from the leftover money after bills, after savings. So if I have $500 left, that means that I have to divide that money into both how much I'm going to put towards my cash envelopes and the sinking funds. And sometimes it can be a little bit less, sometimes it's a little bit more, depending on the paycheck, because it also depends on my income. I do have some goals that I want to take care of this month. They all about stay the same from last month. Just have a few no spend days. I'm not going to do a no eating out budget. I think this month I am going to provide myself some money to go out and eat and just enjoy that, because it does become tempting, to be honest. Okay, so some of my goals is to start 3 new sinking funds, but I do have to get rid of some sinking funds because I'm not just gonna go ahead and start 3 new sinking funds and then keep some of them. So you'll see that in a future video here. And then also I do have to buy school supplies, so I do have those reminders over here. I thought I would just put those reminders over here, but I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna try to do a 20-day no spend, which means don't spend on unnecessary things. So let's try and see if I can get to 20 days. I marked down most of the days that I had no spend up here, and then I haven't done that for these few weeks. So I do have to go back to my expense tracker, because then that really helps in looking at what day I did spend and what day I did not. So those are my main goals for this month, for August. And I will come back and do my actuals over here for the bills. And most of them are going to stay around the same. Some of them may change, like maybe natural gas might change, but most of them for sure are going to stay around the same, so that might not look very different at the end of the month. Well, that is it for this video, you guys. If you like this type of videos, feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so, and until the next video, bye.